Well, are you running too fast in your life and you're losing focus on what really matters? So at some point you've probably had that experience. I'm right there with you. And how to stay connected on what really matters. That is today's Monday Motivation. Carol Mendoza, our resident transformation motivation coach, is here now with some timely advice. And so, Carol, let's get started. I don't know about you, but I think I can speak for a lot of my friends out there and perhaps many of our viewers. When life gets busy, it can really turn into a juggle, and we're constantly juggling, losing track, in fact, of what really matters. So we want you to help us get back on track.
That 100%. I feel like it's like your feet are moving way before the rest of your body can catch up, right? Before you know it, you look up and you realize, oh my gosh, I'm running in the wrong direction, right? So it really is important to pay attention to what matters most and where you're at.
So as we're running in the wrong direction, how can we regroup, slow down, and reconnect to what really does matter?
Well, as a woman of faith personally, I always go back to Matthew 6:33. But even if that's not your choice, it's about not letting the urgent things that are happening in our lives on a daily basis push out the important ones. Because just because it's urgent doesn't mean it's important. So there are some simple things that you can do. Pick one non-negotiable for every day. Maybe it's 5 quiet minutes in the car before you go in to that job or wherever you're at. Maybe it's interacting with your kids for a few minutes, or taking a walk without your phone, right? Setting a reminder actually on your phone that literally says, hey, are you paying attention to what matters most?
You need that reminder.
Right, exactly. And of course, writing down your values, just writing down 3 to 4 things that really matter most to you and taping it to the refrigerator or the bathroom mirror, just to remind you of what you're supposed to be saying yes to and what you might need to say no to.
Well, that is definitely some good advice. I think from time to time we all need to give ourselves permission. It's really okay to pause and think about what really matters.
Absolutely. Life is going to pull you in every single direction if you let it. So you have to remember that what matters most is the most important thing. I think that a lot of times in our lives we hear, know your why.
That's right. Know your why.
And if you know your why, but honestly, the best question is what matters most? Because if you don't focus on that, life is just going to fill it up with something else.
And there is a lot of space to fill it up with something else, of course.
Absolutely, there always is. Always is. That's correct.
Is there any other advice that you'd like to give us as we wrap up this segment? I think it's one of the most positive moments, especially right now. Kids, for instance, in Chatham County, started school today, the public schools, and there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. I think that the best thing I could say to you, honestly, is for that pause, just excuse yourself and say, I just have to go to the bathroom. It will force you to take a couple of minutes just to settle your mind and really do that checkup from the neck up.
All right. Well, we will keep all of this information in mind. And as always, thank you for coming in for Monday Motivation and giving us some valuable advice. We certainly appreciate it. By the way, you can check out our previous Monday Motivation segments by simply going to wsav.com/Monday Motivation. Carol, we look forward to seeing you again next Monday.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.